Eyewitness News at Sunrise continues.
And we are now less than 12 hours away from the AFC Championship game. The Indianapolis Colts are in New England this morning, and they're getting ready to take on the Patriots with a spot in the Super Bowl on the line. And good morning. Welcome to Sunrise. I'm Chris Kirshner in for Naomi this morning. You know, one of the big stories today is who won't be taking the field at tonight's big game. The team showed up yesterday in Foxborough, but not everyone was on the flight. Indianapolis running back Trent Richardson didn't make the trip to New England for what the Colts are calling personal reasons. WTHR columnist Bob Kravitz tweeted the news last night saying Richardson didn't show up for the morning walk and didn't notify the team he wouldn't be there. Well, Indianapolis Reserve offensive tackle Xavier Nixon also missed the team flight yesterday and has been listed as out for the game. And Friday, Coach Chuck Pagano said that Vontae Davis and Greg Toller are questionable for the team's AFC title game with the Patriots. Davis is battling a knee issue while Toller is dealing with a groin injury. Although listed as questionable, though, Vontae is telling reporters there's no doubt in his mind he will play tonight. Well, with these latest developments, can the Colts still pull out a victory? Eyewitness Sports anchor Jason Spells with more on what the team needs to do to get that Super Bowl bid.
Good morning, Colts fans. The big Sunday of the AFC Championship is here in Indianapolis, heading to their first AFC Championship game under Andrew Luck. And as we go into this evening's game, there are two schools of thought. One looks at the past. Andrew and the Colts have never beaten the Patriots. The games haven't even been close. All three losses by more than 20 points. The other premise, that the Patriots cannot continue to beat Indianapolis, and that this evening will be the day that the Colts, the new-look Colts, get their first taste of victory against the much-hated Patriots. New England heavy favorites to win, and rightfully so. The Patriots are playing in their fourth straight AFC Championship game and had the best record in the conference this season. But that's old news as far as the Colts are concerned. For them, none of that matters.
I think the football game is still sort of, it's football, it's plays, it's the same size field. Still got to do your job. Still, if you make mistakes, you'll be punished. Obviously, the winner go home.
And I believe everybody knows what we're up against. This is not the team to not pay attention to. This is not the team that you can overlook and look to the future or look down the road. If we start doing that, then we're going to get embarrassed. And we're going to be watching with you guys,
If I got to give some, Newt Rockne speech at this point in the season, to get them fired up for this one, something's wrong. That won't be needed. They'll be ready to go.
WTHR has a full team in Foxborough. Anne-Marie Tiernan, Bob Kravitz, Dave Calabro, and Rich and I all on the scene in New England. We will have live updates throughout all of our broadcasts as well as on the Sports Jam later tonight. Colts and Patriots, can't wait to see you after the game for the latest in reaction.
All right, we'll look forward to that, Jason. Thank you. A little bit of history for you. Tonight's game will be the 16th time since 2003 that the Colts and Patriots have faced each other. Well, the problem with that is the Horseshoes haven't had a lot of success against Tom Brady and company. So let's take a look back. Some of their recent matchups. November 16th, I'm sure you remember this. Patriots' third-string running back, Jonas Gray, steals the show at Lucas Oil Stadium, rushing for 201 yards and 4 touchdowns in that 42-20 win over Indianapolis. All right, January 11th of last year, AFC divisional game, Patriots running game takes over again. LeGarrette Blount has a record day with 4 touchdowns and 166 yards as the Patriots beat the Colts 43-22 at Gillette Stadium. His 4 touchdowns set a Patriots record for rushing touchdowns in a game. Then November 18th of 2012, after New England fell behind by a touchdown in the first quarter, well, they came firing back in a big way when they beat the Colts 59-24. I hate to bring back bad memories. Tom Brady threw for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, while Luck was intercepted 3 times in his first visit to Foxborough. The AFC Championship game is certainly a hot ticket, and fans hoping to go will have to dig deep and pay up. Our colleague Anne-Marie Tiernan, once again from Boston, she found out just how much it will cost to cheer on the Colts.
So you might be curious, how much does a ticket cost for the big game on Sunday? Well, the New England Patriots have put out an advisory urging people to be careful about the source of where they get their tickets, because there were some counterfeit tickets that were sold on Craigslist. Those people put a lot of money on the table, and now they don't have a ticket. We came here to Ace Tickets and we're asking about what the availability might be. These are club seats, and these seats you have the option to go inside, which might be really key for Sunday with the rain. And these are kind of just the get-in seats, these upper corner seats up here. So here's what they said about ticket prices right now.
If you just want to get in the door, if you just want to see the game, you're looking at like maybe some of your upper level seats. You can get in for like $225 a piece, which of course I can understand. It's obviously not the cheapest thing in the world. For an AFC Championship game, it's pretty reasonably priced to get you in the door. Now, if you're talking maybe some of the very best seats, 50-yard line, first 10 rows, maybe even a club seat if you want to get inside, get out of the rain. They're going to range from that $225. They're going to go up to maybe like $1,000 or more, depending on how good of a seat you're looking for there.
So right now, some of the top ticket prices for the game, about $1,000 a piece. But when the game ends Sunday night, and you're talking Super Bowl, getting in the door is going to run you about $2,000. Reporting from Boston, Anne Marie Tiernan, Eyewitness News.
All right, a lot of people cheering on the Colts. Hope you have your Colts blue on today. I know we had a blue Friday. Well, we're extending it for the whole weekend. As you see, Kelly and I are sporting our blue just to give them that little extra something, especially after hearing about the history with the Patriots. But we want to talk about weather right now. A little bit of a change from yesterday, and then we're going to keep track of what's happening out east as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll dive into that Foxborough forecast in just a little bit, but yesterday it was so nice. We had temperatures climbing into the low 50s all across central Indiana, but of course that is not going to last. We have a cold front that is bringing some changes. We did have some light rain last night. It mixed with a little bit of snow earlier this morning, but we are seeing really drier air moving in behind, and basically the main thing with this front is it is going to bring some changes as far as the air temperature goes. Not going to see much of a warm up at all. It is dry right now on live Doppler 13 radar, and our current condition is 35 degrees. Winds are out of the west at 14 miles per hour. So we do have a wind chill value in the mid 20s, and that will continue to be the case throughout the day today. It's 34 in Marion, still 36 in Greensburg, where that front is still going to move across the state, and that will help bring in some of that cooler air. But the wind will be breezy today out of the west from 10 to 15 miles per hour. Not as breezy as yesterday, where we had our highest gust in Indianapolis of 33 miles per hour, but still sustained from 10 to 15. So that will keep wind chill values in the upper 20s today, as temperatures basically hold steady in the mid 30s this afternoon. We'll start to see a gradual clearing of the skies. Even better yet for tomorrow, another nice winter day. I'll have the details on that, as well as an AFC Championship forecast coming up.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Well, state police are searching for suspects this morning in a hit and run at the state fairgrounds. A security guard was injured after he approached two men yesterday in the parking lot. Brian Daly says he spotted the pair trying to break into a pickup truck, but the would-be thieves took off, striking the guard. Daly went to the hospital with a possible broken arm. Witnesses described the vehicle as a Pontiac or Oldsmobile minivan. It was possibly two-tone brown or green, and it had a paper license plate. Dozens of strangers came together this weekend to properly honor an innocent life. They held a funeral for an abandoned baby found dead at Eagle Creek Park.
It is well with
Discovered in late December in Eagle Creek Park, but police still don't know who left her there or why. A local ministry stepped up to make sure she was laid to rest with honor. They even gave her a name, Amelia.
I knew it meant defender, and as I saw her legacy unfold before my eyes, I knew that she would leave her legacy. Her mark would be that she would be the advocate for the safe haven law. Her hope would be that there would not be another abandoned baby ever again.
Homicide detectives continue to investigate the baby's death. Now, they found her with her umbilical cord still attached and say she may have been just a day old. It still isn't clear if she was born alive. She was wrapped in a blue sweatshirt bearing the logo of Vincennes University's Aviation Maintenance Program. If you have any information, just call Crime Stoppers at 262-TIPS. Well, still to come on Sunrise, driver distraction, neighborhood outrage over a plan to install digital billboards in Indianapolis, why some say the signs are dangerous. Plus, check out a massive pileup in Oregon. We're going to show you a shocking picture of one man who walked away from the accident with only a scratch.
Thank you. Indianapolis city leaders will once again consider a controversial proposal to allow digital billboards in Marion County. Both sides of the issue came together this weekend during a neighborhood meeting. The goal, get more information out to the public after what some say has been a lack of community input.
For 3 years, there's been behind closed doors meetings between the billboard industries, the lobbyists, and counselors. It's only been less than a month that it's really been out in the public, and the public's still learning that it's coming down. So as far as public process, this has been a horrible example of how not to do things.
Opponents of the proposal say the digital signs would be distracting and pose a safety risk. A council committee will take up that issue during a hearing January 26th. Hundreds of people this weekend raced to the top of one of Indy's tallest buildings. The goal was not just to improve their health, but the health of sick children. Bop to the Top challenges competitors to climb all 36 floors of the One America Tower. The annual fundraiser benefits Riley Hospital for Children.
We've raised over $500,000 over 30 years for Riley's Children's Health Fund. So it's a very successful event. People pledge money for others to do the event per floor.
And by the way, in case you were wondering, 36 floors, that comes out to 780 stairs or about 515 feet. And just a reminder for you, tomorrow is Martin Luther King Day, which means many businesses and services will be taking that day off. And that includes your trash pickup. If your regular trash collection day is Monday, then it'll be pushed back to Tuesday. And it goes for every other day as well. So Tuesday pickup will be on Wednesday and so forth. The change, though, only for this week. And the same goes for the Bureau of Motor Vehicles. The BMV has been closed all this weekend. They'll remain closed tomorrow to observe the holiday. Then regular office hours resume on Tuesday. So hopefully you have some nice plans for your holiday tomorrow as well. I know a lot of the kids will be off school, so it should be a nice day to enjoy. I think the Children's Museum has a free day tomorrow. Nice. It's one of their free days, so it's a great opportunity.
It definitely is going to be a great day to get out and about tomorrow. Today, we're going to see some of that change moving in as that cold front continues to march across central Indiana. We had a little bit of rain, a little bit of snow, but things are drying out. I'll have the details on your Sunday forecast as well as that AFC Championship forecast coming up.
If you haven't had breakfast yet, think about this. How do you think Cheetos would taste on a cheeseburger? Next in What's Cooking, the kid-friendly restaurant where you can find the answer, plus some of the other items on the menu with a twist.
Thank you. I'm so sorry.
Like I was asking him, he wasn't answering me.
I didn't. The thing is, like, I didn't see it on there, and
Yeah.
I should.
Honestly, I thought I told you, but I'm sleepy, so I might have not even said it after that. So after the package, you'll be at the desk again, Kelly.
Thank you.
Well, from potatoes on a stick and Cheetos on a burger, a new restaurant in Greenwood is putting a twist on their menu. This morning in What's Cooking, Sunrise anchor Julia Moffett heads to Wuzzler's Grill and Spoon to sample their unique fare.
Wuzzler's has only been open here in Greenwood for about 3 months, but they've already gained quite the following. And really, it's because of their unique, maybe some would say bizarre twist on the American favorite, burger, beer, and fries. The great all-American meal, right?
Yeah.
And you're serving it up here, but definitely with a twist.
Exactly. We just put together all of the things that we really like. My favorite, probably one of our biggest sellers, is our Trojan burger. It's a burger that's stuffed with jalapenos and sriracha sauce, so it gives it a nice kick to it. And we top it with pepper jack cheese, some applewood sliced smoked bacon, and then less tomato onion pickles and some more sriracha sauce.
It is that good. It's really good.
Trojan burger, little play on words there. Trojan because we're in Center Grove School District. Trojan because it's stuffed like a Trojan horse.
A lot of heat because you get it on the outside, and then as soon as you get into the burger, more. But it's good.
My husband's had, I think, every burger that they have here.
And they've got a lot of burgers. So the jerk burger, I hope not named after anyone you know.
We'll say no, it's not.
Another favorite at Wuzzler's, the Cheetos chili cheeseburger. And you're going to need a knife and fork for this one.
It's basically a cheeseburger with chili cheese, nacho cheese, and then, of course, Cheetos.
They just have a lot of variety of foods that you're not going to find at any other restaurants around here.
And Wuzzler's is putting a twist quite literally on the potato, serving it up with homemade dipping sauce.
We make all of our sauces here. The one you just tried is our roasted red pepper and garlic aioli.
Gets a lot of looks from people when it goes through the dining room floor, I bet.
Absolutely. It's a, it catches the eye for sure.
Ooh. And Wuzzler's twist on ice cream includes a strange mix of sriracha and bacon.
Just a little bit of sriracha.
Spicy bacon, ice cream, chocolate. Yum. Mm-hmm. You know you're in Indiana. Bacon's in our ice cream.
Exactly.
All right, looks like a lot of fun. So where will Julia be next for What's Cooking? Well, she'd love to hear about your ideas and your favorite restaurant. You can send your recommendations to Julia on Facebook, Twitter, or email. So Cheetos on a burger. I'd probably just pick them off, eat them. You know, it's pretty fun though.
I love Cheetos. I would try it.
Sounds like a great combo for tailgating today.
Yes.
If you're tailgating inside, because it's going to be a little bit messy outside.
Yeah, definitely going to see some changes today. Nothing like we had yesterday with those balmy temperatures at 51 degrees yesterday afternoon for Indianapolis high. That did not break any records, but gosh, it was really nice out there. But the changes are arriving as this cold front continues to usher in a little bit of cooler air behind it. Really not much rain with it. We did have a few light snow showers, but temperatures really haven't been cold enough to see much of that change. And now we're starting to see the drier air moving in. So live Doppler 13 radar showing quiet conditions across central Indiana. We do have about a 7-degree temperature change from yesterday at this time. It's 7 degrees warmer. It's also 3 degrees warmer in Muncie and 5 degrees warmer in Shelbyville, but not going to see the temperature budge much at all today. It's 39 in Seymour, 35 in Richmond, 34 in Marion, and 35 degrees in Crawfordsville. And we are going to have a gradual clearing of the skies, but starting off cloudy this morning at 35 degrees. Winds a bit breezy out of the west at 14 miles per hour, and that is giving us a wind chill value of 26 degrees. The winds will still be breezy, not as breezy as yesterday, but we'll still see winds out of the west from about 10 to 15 miles per hour. So temperatures will basically be holding steady in the mid-30s today. With those winds out of the west, temperatures climb to around 37 degrees this afternoon, a gradual clearing of the skies. And we are watching out for the AFC Championship game. The last time the Colts played in Foxborough for the AFC Championship game against the Patriots, the air temperature was 37 and it was snowy. Quite a different story later on, though, as we head towards Foxborough. The cold front that moved through today will also be passing through Foxborough later on tonight. Also, an area of low pressure will be riding up along the east coast. So that is going to be kicking in a lot of rain. So game time 6:40, 7 p.m. here on Future Track. It will likely be dry for game start, but as we head into the middle of the game, heavy rain will start to push in. In fact, pockets of heavy rain, breezy winds. We'll see that rain coming down diagonally on TV tonight from Foxborough, and we'll also have the possibility of even a few isolated thunderstorms. So temperatures will start off pretty mild at 44 degrees, falling into the upper 30s by the end of the game. And let's go Colts. Back here at home, though, tonight it'll be pretty quiet. The clouds will start to clear out and the winds will relax. Temperature dropping to around 28 degrees tomorrow. And then as we head into Monday, we'll start to see a little bit warmer air pushing in, and that will allow temperatures to climb about 10 degrees above average tomorrow with a high of 45 degrees. And then as we head towards Tuesday, we do have a chance of a rain-snow mix. We'll keep track for that for you as well. A few snow showers will be possible on Wednesday, and then a few flurries will be possible on Thursday. Chris?
All right, Kelly, thanks so much. And next on Sunrise, teen couple arrested. Where the pair was caught after a 2-week multi-state crime spree. Plus, massive crowds gathered at a park this morning in the Philippines. What millions camped out overnight to see. Well, sweeping changes in the relationship between the United States and Cuba are underway. 6 U.S. lawmakers arrived in Havana yesterday for the first congressional visit since new rules set in place by the Obama administration opened the gates for more travel and commerce between the two nations. They're discussing a potential increase in American tourism to the communist country, but also raising concerns that Cuba may not be ready for an immediate influx of travelers. The 3-day trip ends tomorrow. An estimated 3 million people have already gathered at a park in the Philippines this morning for Pope Francis's final mass. The area is Asia's largest Catholic country. Organizers expect as many as 6 million people might attend the service, which would break a record for any pope. Some worshipers traveled to Manila Friday night and camped outside the park to be the first ones in the gates when it opened. 2 Kentucky teens accused in a multi-state crime spree are nabbed in Florida. Investigators tracked 18-year-old Dalton Hayes and his 13-year-old girlfriend to Panama City, Florida, where the Marshals Service and local police picked them up early this morning. The 2 are wanted in Kentucky for the theft of a truck. They're also accused of stealing a pickup in Georgia, one that had 2 handguns in the back seat, and of using stolen checks in South Carolina. Hayes is also facing charges of custodial interference. A dozen people are hurt in a massive pileup on an Oregon highway, and one guy, it's hard to believe it, survived the accident. His pickup truck sandwiched and squished between 2 semis, but he walked away with just 2 Band-Aids and a pack of ice. About 26 vehicles were involved in the crash, which is blamed on black ice. Another 50 or so were stuck in a backup. The wreck also closed all lanes of interstates for hours yesterday. Ambulances took 12 people from the scene with minor to serious injuries. 2 of the tractor trailers involved were hauling hazardous materials. Well, still to come in the next half hour of Sunrise, an event to keep kids safe and off the streets. Why a local church hopes an event tonight will help cut down on crime.
A cold front did bring some light rain, even a little bit of snow this morning, but things are drying out on Live Doppler 13 radar. I'll have the rest of your Sunday forecast coming up.
New on Sunrise, an armed robbery call quickly escalates into a 3-hour SWAT standoff. I'm Matt McCutcheon. The very latest details are coming up live.
A cold front brought some changes. If you enjoyed the 50-degree weather we had yesterday, well, it's not going to return today. I'll have the details coming up in your SkyTrack 13 forecast.
Plus, our Colts coverage continues here on Sunrise, and tonight's matchup against the Patriots is going to be a little more competitive for one family. We're going to hear from two brothers who will face off in tonight's AFC Championship.
From Indiana's news leader, Eyewitness News at Sunrise continues.
And good morning. Welcome to Sunrise on this Sunday, a very hopeful Sunday for Colts fans. I'm Chris Kirshner in for Naomi this morning. Hope you're having a nice morning so far. Kelly Green joins me as always. We're wearing our Colts blue.
That's right.
A reminder for you to do the same today, just to give them that little extra edge. I don't know if the weather, which doesn't sound great in Foxborough, is going to help or hurt us. I'm hoping it's going to help us tonight.
I know, but it is from being inside and watching here from Indianapolis. Yeah. At least we'll have a dry seat because it is definitely going to be wet there in Foxborough tonight. Now, we did have a few rain showers here early this morning, but it only amounted to a few hundredths of an inch. It did mix in with a few light snow showers, but no accumulation with that. The clouds are still around, but we are tracking drier conditions as this cold front pushes off into portions of Ohio, and it will eventually arrive to Foxborough later on tonight, combining with an area of low pressure, which will bring some of that heavy rainfall. I'll have more details on that in just a few minutes. But taking a look at live Doppler 13 radar, it is just quiet right now, and we are going to track dry conditions the rest of the day today. 35 degrees is the current air temperature. It is breezy. You can see our HD tower cam just kind of bumping there back and forth because of these breezy winds, and that will be the case throughout the day today. Winds will be sustained from 15 to possibly 20 miles per hour at times, but the air temperature right now holding steady in the mid-30s. And here's a look at our future track temperature trend over the past 12 hours. Yesterday, we did get up to 51 degrees in Indianapolis, and we have dropped into the mid-30s, but we're going to hold steady in those mid-30s. Winds will be out of the west today from 10 to 15 miles per hour, and we'll see highs topping out around 37 degrees. Better for tomorrow. I'll have those details coming up in just a few minutes.
And new on Sunrise, at least 4 people were detained overnight after a SWAT situation on the city's west side. Officers received a call about a robbery taking place in the 800 block of Waldemere Avenue. It's near Washington and Lyndhurst. Our Sunrise reporter Matt McCutcheon has been following this story this morning, and he joins us live with more. Matt, good morning.
Chris, good morning. IMPD continues their investigation here at their downtown headquarters this morning after some pretty scary moments for neighbors living in that area. Everything came to a peaceful end around 1 o'clock this morning, nearly 3 hours after everything started. Eyewitness News cameras were rolling at that time when officers then took 4 men into custody, some in handcuffs, to be questioned by investigators. This morning, police aren't saying if they have been arrested or if they are facing any formal charges. Everything unfolded around 10 Saturday night when a man called police saying he had just been robbed while at that home. Police responded and then quickly called the SWAT team for backup. SWAT members worked overnight to negotiate and talk to the people inside. While it took a lot of back and forth, at one point, police actually got a surprise.
We received a call, some females wanting to exit the home. They eventually exited the home unharmed, and they were secured.
Those 3 women have been speaking with police. After 3 hours, everything came to an end with a peaceful surrender. During it all, no one was home. Police then focused their efforts on getting a search warrant issued. That way they could go inside the home, look for additional clues, additional information that can help them not only with this case, but to determine what, if any, charges will be filed. Of course, we'll continue to keep you posted on this developing story. Reporting live, Matt McCutcheon, Channel 13, Eyewitness News.
All right, Matt, we look forward to further updates. Thank you so much. A police officer in Anderson has been suspended without pay for deleting phone messages. Investigators say Officer Nathan Smith purposely deleted messages requesting police assistance. The Herald Bulletin reports the Anderson Safety Board voted to suspend him for 8 days. The board says he also didn't finish police reports and left his assigned post without approval. A suspected drunk driver faces charges this morning after crashing into a fire truck. Now, this happened yesterday at 10th Street and Girls School Road. Crews with Wayne Township were responding to a call when an SUV collided with their ladder truck. No one was hurt, but the wreck left the fire truck severely damaged and out of service.
This apparatus is new. It's about less than a year old. It hasn't been in service that long. It's one of only 2 ladder trucks in Wayne Township. and so it will cause some logistical concerns, but we are prepared and have a plan in place always to deal with that. 99% of our interactions are good interactions with the public, but tonight this was not one.
Metro Police arrested the driver of the SUV on suspicion of driving while intoxicated. Fortunately, the call firefighters were heading to turned out to be a minor one. Investigators believe a child may have caused an apartment fire on the city's northeast side. 13 people were displaced at the Kingston Square apartments. It's near 34th and Shadeland. The family living there told investigators that a child playing with a lighter started the fire. 4 of the 8 apartments in that part of the building were damaged. The total damage estimated at more than $200,000. A major traffic change started this weekend for drivers in Hamilton County. INDOT shifted lanes on US 31 between 169th Street and State Road 38. Both northbound and southbound traffic on the east side of 31 shifted to new pavement on the west side. Some traffic signals they're changing as well. This is all part of the ongoing construction project to make US 31 more of a highway. Metro Police are working with a local church tonight in an effort to cut down on crime. They want to give teens a safe place to go during this 3-day weekend. Sunrise reporter Emily Longnecker has more from Light of the World Christian Church, which is helping to organize the get-together.
Church might be the last place you'd expect a 20-year-old to be on a weeknight.
No, ma'am.
But this is where you'll find Dalen Roney every Tuesday night at Light of the World Church.
So are y'all done upstairs, Pastor John?
A routine that started 3 years ago with a teen night lock-in.
When I came to the lock-in, I came for fun. But what I found was totally different.
What Dalen found was a new path in life, one he's still walking today.
Like I found people who actually cared about me, who was trying to get me on the right path and doing the right things.
That's why he'll be volunteering at a lock-in this weekend. The church is getting ready to host 1,500 teens overnight at the Sports Zone.
If we're going to change our community, somebody's got to take some risks.
The church has plenty of practice with that. 2,000 teens showed up for their last lock-in this past fall.
When 2,000 kids show up, how can you ignore?
You playing basketball at the lock-in?
Youth pastor Anderson White doesn't want to, even after a recent fight at Castleton Square Mall involving dozens of teens.
And we know that some of the people that were in that altercation were at our last lock-in.
And Pastor White hopes some of those same teens will be at this one.
But we're not doing them any good by saying, oh, those are the guys that caused the altercation, make sure they don't get in. He says, no, that's what this is all about.
To get in, though, teens will have to pre-register online before Sunday's event and show photo ID just to get in the parking lot here. 19 police officers will also be providing security, checking teens for anything illegal, like guns or drugs. It's a reality Dalen Roney says is necessary.
Some of them, that's all they know is the streets.
That's not how it has to stay, though.
So I came to the lock-in 2-3 years ago, and it changed my life.
Emily Longnecker, Channel 13, Eyewitness News.
And the lock-in starts at 8 o'clock tonight. It will go until 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. So we hope they have a lot of fun, and maybe the Colts game, well, it's a little bit after the Colts game, but they'll be part of that anyway. Kelly's here. We're wearing our blue. We're wearing blue. How about you? That's what I just posted on Facebook. We've got Spirit. Yes, we do. And we're also keeping an eye on the forecast today.
Yes, it's definitely going to be a different change from yesterday where we had temperatures climbing into the low 40s. But we're still well above average this morning at 35 downtown from our WeatherBug network, 35 in Lafayette, 36 in Seymour. Not much of a warm up today, but even better for tomorrow. I'll have the details coming up in your SkyTrack 13 forecast.
And we're speaking of the Colts. Well, there's a barber shop in Foxborough that says they are a cut above the rest when it comes to taking care of Patriots players. What they say needs to be done with Andrew Luck's beard. Think about this. Only 2 current players know what it means to bring an AFC championship to Indianapolis. Reggie Wayne and Adam Vinatieri, the duo, have combined to help the Colts capture the AFC title twice. They also know what it's like to play the Patriots, something the Colts have never done in the Luck Pagano era, at least not to beat them. Reggie Wayne on what the players can expect in Foxborough tonight.
Definitely a chess match. They've never been the type of team that give you the illusion that does the same thing over and over. It's going to always be something different. That's why they're good. They're able to adapt and change things periodically. So it's going to be a challenge for us, and hopefully we can be a challenge to them. It's one of those games you just have to be ready for the unknown. Whenever you get hit with the unknown, how you adjust, how you adapt. If you don't adapt, pretty good, then the Patriots are known for making it a tough night for you.
Is it me or is Reggie Wayne the only one that could pull off a lid like that? Pretty cool, right? Well, tonight's matchup will be a little more competitive for 2 brothers as they face off for a chance to play in the Super Bowl. Arthur Jones is a defensive tackle for the Indianapolis Colts. His brother Chandler Jones is a defensive end for the New England Patriots. This will be the 4th time the brothers face each other since Chandler joined his brother in the NFL back in 2012.
He's harassed me a little bit. Oh, we don't talk too much trash, no. Yeah, I haven't really talked to him at all. He's been all talking to me and harassing me. Actually, we rarely talk. He's already got his stuff booked, his tickets booked and things like that. He's just talking all types of junk. My mom and dad are pretty excited. They get to go to the championship no matter what. Yeah, it's a blessing. It really is. We're definitely both were blessed enough playing 2 great organizations, and all the hard work and all the little things, doing the little things right, pays off. Well, my brother Arthur, he was always an older brother, and he was always look after us. You always want the best for your younger brothers and your siblings, and me working hands with them and try to teach them my techniques. And I showed him a couple of things. He took off and ran with it. Oh, he's a good player, and I've been a fan of him since he started playing football. Yeah, the sky's the limit for that kid. He's the reason why I started playing football. I followed him into the sport, and we've made it this far. He always had the older brother figure, so kind of playing against him on Sunday, it'll be fun, but I'll speak to him after the game. It's bigger than me and him. It's about the Colts versus the Patriots, and the better team that is going to win. Chandler, he has plenty of time. He just has to wait his turn.
Meanwhile, their parents at home are going, yay. Well, Foxborough is about a half-hour south of Boston, just a quiet New England town, if not for the Patriots. And that's where Eyewitness Sports anchor Rich Nye found a place that would love to trim that overgrown beard on Colts quarterback Andrew Luck.
This game's going to come down to experience. Indianapolis doesn't have it just yet.
Last week they got by through the skin of their teeth. This week I think it'll be a little easier, but you never know.
Inside George's barber shop in Foxborough, the talk is all about the AFC Championship game Sunday at Gillette Stadium, just 3 miles from here.
You're in their backyard, so I mean, especially this time of year, it's all about the Patriots. 99% of the talk has been about the Patriots.
Some Patriots come here for haircuts. Quarterback Tom Brady used to.
Brady came in here for 3 years. Belichick's been in here. Most of the coaching staff has been in here.
George Bentley has cut hair in Foxborough for 21 years. His shop is decorated with Patriots pictures and the stuffed black bear he shot in Maine 12 years ago.
No, we never named him.
There's a horseshoe above the door, which turns the conversation to Luck, the Colts quarterback with the neck beard.
Why doesn't he go to his local barber? He'll fix him right up. He'll probably even give him a few nickels off.
Yeah, it's ugly. Andrew there, yeah, he needs some help. He needs a nice trim. He needs a nice line up on that beard. nice line in the bottom and cleaned up.
Yeah, I think Judge will do a good job with that beard.
$7, we're the cheapest around. And if you can't afford that, we'll help you move out of town.
The fellows in Foxborough don't think the hairy face of the Colts franchise can cut down the mighty Patriots.
I think they have Luck's number. I mean, they force him to throw to one side of the field. They take half the field away from him, which is going to be pretty much happen Sunday.
Andrew Luck's going through right now is kind of what Manning went through. His Belichick had him figured out. You know, and it took a man a long time to figure them out. And eventually, luck will get there. Hopefully, it's just not this Sunday.
All right, that was Rich and I reporting. You know, we've been getting all kinds of great Colts fan pics on the WTHR Facebook page, so we thought we'd share some of those with you. Gina Lesses sent this picture. This is her horse, Solo, showing off his Colts spirit around the farm. Looks beautiful and handsome. And Teresa Hollingsworth took a picture of her first grade class. Look at this, Thorpe Creek Elementary in Fisher. Speaking of Andrew Luck's beard, check a look at their beards. And you can post your pics on Facebook and Twitter using the hashtag Colts WTHR, and we're also asking the question on Facebook and Twitter. Okay, take a look at these pictures. All right, really, who has better hair, Tom Brady or Dave Calabro? So be sure to let us know what you think. I also wanted to share a tweet that our Scott Swan sent out. He says, Colts are going to shock the world tonight. Believe in blue.
Yes.
So Scott,
I love it.
All right, he's
Good
already
attitude.
up and getting the Colts spirit this morning, and we hope you are as well. Weather changing a little bit. We hope you enjoyed yesterday, got the dog for a walk.
Yes.
I know a lot of folks in our neighborhood did. Today, not so great.
Yeah, a lot of people tried to get through the car wash yesterday. It was a good day for that as well. But definitely getting back to more of our winter-like conditions. So we were spoiled for one day. We'll take it. But now we have to return back to more winter-like conditions. It has been a bit rainy at times and even a few light snow showers earlier this morning from our satellite radar. You can see that push through the area. But right now on live Doppler 13 radar, it is quiet and dry. This cold front continues to march off into central Ohio, heading towards Foxborough, actually. And we're seeing still a lot of clouds from our Greenfield cam here from our WeatherBug network. But notice the grass. We can actually see it. It was snow covered yesterday. And Morse Reservoir, this one really telling the story. Check out the American flag, very breezy. And yes, this is a Colts flag. I love it. Now, yesterday at this time, we saw a lot of ice on this reservoir. A lot of that has melted as well. Temperatures have been above freezing. It's currently 35 degrees in Indianapolis, 36 in Greensburg, 34 in Marion, and 35 degrees in Lafayette. It is breezy. Keep that in mind today. Winds out of the west at 14 miles per hour with that air temperature of 35, giving us a wind chill value of 26. Now, our wind speeds will be out of the west today from 10 to 15 miles per hour, so it could be a bit gusty at times, but really we're just forecasting temperatures to be in the mid-30s throughout the afternoon with winds out of the west from 10 to 20 miles per hour. And taking a look at our current conditions again in the mid-30s. But if we head towards Foxborough, we do have, again, that cold front that's going to be moving into the Foxborough area tonight and an area of low pressure that's going to be riding along the east coast. It's going to be really ushering in a lot of moisture on the backside of the system. So the beginning of the game tonight, 6:40 kickoff, will likely see dry conditions. But by 7 p.m., we'll start to see that rain pushing into Foxborough. And then as we head into maybe the third quarter, heavy rainfall will be likely. It will be breezy as well. Now, at kickoff, temperatures will actually be very mild, 44 degrees, and then they'll tumble into the upper 30s by 10 p.m. Again, it will be a breezy, rainy, and really soggy and raw night as we head into the game tonight. So go Colts. Temperatures today will be climbing into the mid-30s, basically holding steady where we are, and then they'll fall to 28 degrees tomorrow morning, high of 45 degrees Monday afternoon. If you have Martin Luther King Jr. Day off, it's going to be a pleasant winter day. And then we start to have a little bit more active weather pattern pushing in on Tuesday. May see a bit of a rain-snow mix as a Clipper system moves across the Great Lakes area. Chance of some snow on Wednesday and then a few flurries possible on Thursday. Chris?
All right, Kelly, thanks so much. You know, my family always on the hunt for new recipes, and there are some ways to embrace your need for meal variety, but also save some money because we want to do that, especially in the new year. And our Queen of Free, Sherry Lowe, joins us in studio this morning. We're going to talk about some meal planning tips, what everybody can use. First of all, it's so great to see you.
Yes, it's good to be here.
You've been on a whirlwind trip this month already, yes. I know, because you've got a book, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But one of the things I think is so impressive about Sherry, she made a trip to Chicago but didn't eat out.
Yeah.
How is that possible?
We're hanging in there. Just a few more weeks to go. We're not eating at restaurants during the month of January.
Yeah.
And it's challenging, but you can do it when you travel. And you can make great decisions for your family when it comes to meal planning and avoid that drive-through.
Okay, the first thing you say, stop trying to be like everybody else. What do you mean by that?
Well, you know, there's this temptation to think that everybody else is eating, you know, these amazing meals, and somebody else's kids can eat beets and quinoa every night. And
so it's not just me that thinks that, right?
It's okay. Everybody take a deep breath. It's all all right just to eat, you know, chicken strips every once in a while or whatever it is that you have on hand. Peanut butter and jelly, it's okay. Everybody relax. You don't have to prepare amazing gourmet meals every single night of the week.
All right, check that one off my list. All right, one other thing, and I know I'll go grocery shopping and I'll think, oh, I'll try something new and I'll buy it or whatever, and then we'll either never use it, I'll forget it's there, or I don't know what to do with it, and then it ends up being wasted. And I feel like that's wasted money.
Right.
What can I do about that?
The first thing you need to start with is start with what you have. So open up your fridge, your freezer, your pantry, your cabinets, wherever you store food. Take a good inventory of what you have and start your meal plan with that. So, you know, what could you make right now if you didn't buy anything from the store? And then from there, add one element and then put those items on your grocery list so that you don't overbuy.
Okay, and going into that then, to help you do that, maybe write it down, keep
track. We always say if it's not on paper, it didn't happen. And so I have this free printable out on Queen of Free and also one on slingthedebtdragon.com that you can print out, track your meals, track your grocery list, write it down, but you can use pencil and paper, you can use your phone, whatever it takes, write it down.
And it's okay to dine out, you just want to make sure you plan the dining out, right?
Exactly, you know, plan where you're going, and I felt like food was such an important part of budgeting that I put an entire chapter in Slaying the Debt Dragon about it. So plan, look forward to it, look at the menu online and decide what you want.
And if folks didn't get the book for Christmas, where can they get it, Sherry?
So you can find it anywhere books are sold. It's at Barnes & Noble here in Indy, Family Christian, Amazon, wherever books are sold.
Well, congratulations on your success with that and continued success to you. Sherry Lowe, our Queen of Free, always happy to have you here. And I'm going to use some of those tips. Chicken strips tonight, kids. You're going to like it. All right. Well, and we also have a link, by the way, on our Hot Topics page at WTHR.com for all that information as well. Well, it's a new video with more than 5 million views already on Facebook. Here's a little tease coming up why this officer doesn't mind being caught singing in the car. As the sun is starting to rise here in Indianapolis, a video of a Delaware police officer enthusiastically lip syncing to Taylor Swift's Shake It Off. Well, it's getting global attention. Take a look. I just love that. The video posted to the Dover Police Department's Facebook page Friday shows Master Corporal Jeff Davis in uniform driving a patrol car and sometimes taking his hands off the wheel, lip syncing to the popular pop song. So far, the video has gotten almost 5.5 million views on YouTube. He has to have a good sense of humor. Well, here's a look at what's coming up at 9 o'clock right here on Sunrise. The day's finally here. The Colts in Foxborough. They're ready to take on the Patriots for the AFC title. Our crews are there as well, helping you get ready for kickoff. We're going to go out to New England with a live look at how things look this morning. Plus, we're following any new developments in that SWAT situation we've been telling you about, why the special officers were deployed, and why 4 people were taken into custody. We'll have plenty more on that, and Kelly Green will also keep an eye on the forecast.
That's right. We had a nice day yesterday. Some changes arrived today, but really not too bad for this time of year. Temperatures have been falling into the mid-30s. It is dry right now on live Doppler 13 radar. And the Colts game in Foxborough, it is going to be a wet and soggy one. Temperatures will be falling into the upper 30s. Here at home, though, we'll see a beautiful Monday with a high of 45 degrees and then a more active pattern by midweek.
All right, we thank you so much for joining us. We have another hour of Sunrise coming up, but we have the Today Show as well. So stay tuned because we're going to be going live out to the East Coast. Have a great morning.